You want to make your point,
live in a total world of denial.
I read your own followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah,
so quiet with your personal attacks.
Come find out again.
Make whatever point you want. Don't make it personal.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a thought.
How many books have you published? No, because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for
brother,
personal
you got it wrong.
Say
you were
whatever
preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally. I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along.
This historian who failed to predict that is blaming Elon Musk for Kamala laws. I don't know if this is insane or what exactly is going on. This is how you play it. This guy is far left like her. When you look at this, you can clearly see this was just based on his imaginations, not real facts. If you are wrong, acknowledge that. Stop all this trash blame game. Calling out Elon Musk for spreading misinfo. Oh, people are saying this. It's a cause of his wrong predictions. Crazy. Acknowledge the fact that all what you've been doing is just imagination predictions.
I think, look, we could get into this discussion, but one, I think you're blaming the voters. I think that's a terrible idea. Look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right. He was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
Couldn't
not
find
right,
him before the
and I was
election.
not wrong. And that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You should not be taking cheap shots at me.
Who won?
You want to make your point,
live in a total world of denial.
I read your own followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah,
so quiet with your personal attacks.
Come find out again.
Make whatever point you want. Don't make it personal.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a thought.
How many books have you published? No, because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for
brother,
personal
you got it wrong.
You
were preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally. I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along so well.
Who taught you manners?
It's lovely to see a post-election harmony as you all come together again.
We're just one right now.
Hey, Alan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up for a second? And let someone who knows what they're doing.
You're so right, Piers. You're so right. We're so unified right now.
So I will not sit here and stand for personal attacks, for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't
blasphemy against you? Who the hell are you? Are you Jesus Christ, you loser? Okay, can I just give the correct answer for once?
Register predicted Vice President Kamala Harris leading President-elect Trump 47 to 44% in the final poll ahead of Election Day.
Yes, Trump called to investigate this lady. We saw what happened few days to the election. This woman came out with a fake poll, which a lot of people speculate, like, was she paid to do that? The mainstream media took cover on that, like, she is winning. Kamala is winning in Iowa, according to this article, recently put out by CNN. Top pollster and to retire after bombshell Iowa poll ended in huge mess. Extremely embarrassing. Just imagine all your career, you just take up few seconds to destroy everything. I don't know what exactly actually happened. Trump just sent this out like this lady should be investigated. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly.
We are still in a news environment in which there are good polls, and particularly where in some states there is a gold standard pollster who appears to be unaffected by larger dynamics that are making everybody whine about the polls. And the reason those individual pollsters get the gold standard designation is both because of their proven sound methodology, but also because of their track record over time in that particular jurisdiction. And the prototypical example of a gold standard poll is the Iowa poll done by Ann Selzer, by J. Ann Selzer in Iowa. The polls that she produces for the Des Moines Register in Iowa, specifically the final Iowa polls she does before each major election, her polls are known for their uncanny predictive accuracy. This is Ann Selzer's recent track record. I mean, what you see here is in each election year what her final poll said the result would be in Iowa. Next to that is what the actual result was on Election Day. And as you can see, if you look at the Senate and presidential races since 2012, her poll has accurately predicted the winner of the Senate and presidential races in Iowa within 1 or 2 points every time. There was a governor's race in 2018 where things went a little bit gang-a-glay, but in Senate and presidential races, you have seen Ann Selzer basically as a living bullseye. And that's why lots of people had strong reactions when the Des Moines Register Ann Selzer Iowa poll was posted last night. This is that poll, and it is a shock result.
A few moments later.
First on 13 this morning, top pollster Ann Selzer announcing that she plans on retiring from election polling. The announcement comes this morning after Selzer and the Des Moines Register predicted Vice President Kamala Harris leading President-elect Trump 47 to 44% in the final poll ahead of Election Day.
10 million Biden voters who decided not to vote this time, and that's directly tied to misinformation. You know, they don't like Trump, but, you know,
so
they're thinking, well, do we
Donald Trump not pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
So, pardon me?
Did Donald Trump pick up more votes this time than he did in 2016?
Yeah,
or
but
in
not
2020?
than he picked up in 2020, the most relevant last election. He picked up about the same.
What I'm saying is that both sides can say things like this, like misinformation.
Look, if you don't let me make my points, why do you have me on?
No, we love it. It's a conversation. It's spirited. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
We're done.
I think we'd
let me talk. What's the point?
You can.
Are you the expert or am I the expert? You can question me,
you so
but you
claim
gotta
to
let
be
me
an
talk.
expert. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. The critical thing in this election were at least 10 million Biden voters who did not vote. If even half of them had voted, this election would have been different.
We hope to have you back in 4 years. There is a little bit of a delay, Professor Lichtman, so I apologize if we were stepping on each other's toe. Our intent was, of course, to listen to what you had to say. And like you said, you were wrong. But maybe in 4 years, we'll get back on track. Again, Allan Lichtman with us here on the DMV Zone. We appreciate it.
This guy is having a hard time, but I appreciate him. He's not quitting. And he's quitting. She should be able to withstand all this, be able to defend herself. Why she said that? When you look at this man, I've seen him on different interviews, you know, struggling to back up reason why he's put faith. Like these pollsters, I will say this confidentially, I don't really believe in these people. Some just use speculations to do this. Now going back into this late.
My generation, Generation X, the people who grew up on WWE and Hulk Hogan and Donald Trump did this. They did this. They are the ones who looked in the face of somebody who said, I want to be a dictator on day one. We did this.
When I take a look at this lady trying to spew out these list things that I don't see to be relevant, oh, you are allowing this person to go back to the White House, our economy with the... They should wait and see what Trump would do than putting out these crazy videos. I just realized that Biden now legalized Ukraine to use long-range missiles into Russia. And World War III is training on social media. Extremely concerning. I just wish Trump should do something about this. Look at the time, 2 months to hand over. According to this tweet, Trump calls for investigation into a disgraced Iowa pollster and will release a poll showing Harris winning the state by 3 points just before Election Day. she was wrong by 16 and is now moving on to another venture. Trump released this statement, a total fake poll that caused great distrust and uncertainty at a very critical time. She knows exactly what she was doing. Thank you to the great people of Iowa for giving me such a record-breaking vote, despite possible election by Ann Caesar, and now discredited newspaper for which she works. An investigation is fully called for. Trump is putting this out because a lot of people actually were depressed that day.
But I'm going to say that it is clear that senior women are an advantage to Kamala Harris in our poll. Kamala Harris wins by more than 2-1, actually, maybe even more than that among senior women. It's a big, big spread.
Absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway.
Hey there. How are you doing? If you watch this show regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great. Yeah, me neither.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one? Now's the time to stand in solidarity with our friends, with our neighbors.
Well,
Bishop Vigano, he says that the